2018 Jaguar XF Saloon Review. The good points of Jaguar XF Saloon: elegant, athletic design, engaging handling, technology-laden, efficient engines. The bad points of Jaguar XF Saloon: petrol versions thirsty, cabin less interesting, rivals feel more luxurious, unsporty diesel engines. Replacing a vehicle that heralded a new start for just a brand is fairly an ominous task, but the second-generation Jaguar XF Saloon has proved greater than up to the task. It is often a more careful evolution on the four-door coupe shape, nonetheless it's built to be dramatic and bristling with subtle detailing. It remains more athletic than its key rivals too, such as Audi A6, BMW 5 Series and Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Not to mention a more left-field choice just like the Lexus GS. Lighter plus more spacious. Despite being fractionally shorter minimizing than the first sort model, the Jaguar XF is quite a bit more spacious, thanks in a very large part with a 51mm longer wheelbase, liberating more space for rear-seat passengers. A 540-liter boot is another welcome benefit. It doesn't set class benchmarks for cabin roominess. Nonetheless, it's effective at carrying two 6-foot-tall adults inside the back without them feeling cramped. Not only will be the cabin more spacious, it's built to feel airier too, thanks to some greater glass area that features a third side window just behind the back doors. This effectively cuts down on the feeling of claustrophobia often seen by backseat passengers. This generation of Jaguar XF is 190 kilograms lighter compared to previous model, along with the entry-level diesel model weighs 80 kilograms below its nearest competitor. It's also more aerodynamic, drag coefficient of 0.26, which, and also the weight reduction, lowers fuel consumption. Efficient suite of diesel and petrol engines. There are 8 engine options, 4 which are diesels that account with the bulk of XF sales. Available in 3 power outputs: -163 horsepower, 180 horsepower and, with twin turbos, 240 horsepower, each. 0-liter diesel motors deliver performance that's commensurate while using Jaguar name. Captivating performance isn't exactly what the diesel XFs are only concerned with though. Low running prices are the focus. Opt for the 163 horsepower diesel using the standard 6-speed manual gearbox and rear-wheel drive, and Jaguar claims about 70.6 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 104 GkM, one on the lowest on this segment to get in on hybrid powertrain. If you favor petrol, 4-cylinder 2.0-liter turbo petrol engines are offered with outputs of 200 horsepower, 250 horsepower and 300 horsepower, the strongest XF with all-wheel drive. In fact, in case you require the extra traction coming from all-wheel drive, 2.0-liter engines are the only option. V6 models are rear-wheel drive only. All versions are paired together with the excellent 8-speed automatic, which Jaguar expects for being the most popular selection for the XF1, and also the 180 horsepower engine. Even in this particular guise, 65.7 miles per gallon is claimed, with emissions of 114 GkM for the spine-wheel drive version. A 6-speed manual gearbox can be acquired on the 2 lower power diesels, if you want using a clutch or want the best possible emissions. V6 versions badged XFS. More performance is offered with specification Jaguar XF Saloons. They are both 3.0-liter capacity V6 engines, one a twin-turbo diesel, one other a supercharged petrol shared while using F-type, producing 300 horsepower and 380 horsepower, respectively. The 8-speed automatic could be the only transmission choice with such two. Both will reach a governed 155 miles per hour. Using the petrol version completing the 062 miles per hour sprint in 5.3 seconds, almost an extra quicker as opposed to V6 diesel's 6.2 seconds. Outright efficiency isn't the petrol's strong point, -34.0 miles per gallon and 198 GkM of CO2 reinforce that, though the diesel more likely to be within the budget of numerous motorists that has a claimed 51.4 miles per gallon and emissions of 144 gkm. Improved handling and steering. Engaging handling in spite of version. Jaguar has embraced the benefits from the XF's light, stiff body to reinforce the car's handling and, despite its size, it feels nimble and lithe because you scythe through challenging bends. There's an electric-powered power-assisted steering system to not only delivers an amazing degree of feel with the wheel, it improves fuel efficiency by 3% over the conventional hydraulic alternative. Further, you'll find adaptive dampers to vary the sportiness from the handling, without compromising comfort, plus a much-needed overhaul on the XF's infotainment features, with 2 versions of Jaguar's in-touch system available. Latest deals from Jaguar. Jaguar XF 2.0 i4 diesel 180 PS. £19,326, or £271 each month. Jaguar XF 2.2 TD Luxury SS4D. £14,495, or £218 every month. See all deals on Jaguar XF. Representative example. Representative APR of 7.9%, borrowing £10,509 over 48 months on HP-type finance. The total amount payable could be £250 30 days. That has a total cost of credit of £1,483 plus a total amount payable of £11,992. Dennis Buaya Car Limited, 3132 Alfred Place, London. WC1E7DPGBL 9151058 can be a credit broker regulated by FCAFRN:667368. The verdict. We use a lot of time for your Jaguar XF. It's good they are driving, and, within the right color and trim, looks hundreds of dollars. Is it a class-leading executive car, just like the original XF was launched? Sadly not. Its array of abilities is way too patchy, while using excellent dynamics and capable variety of engines being compromised through the ultimate insufficient interior quality. And once you're facing the BMW 5 Series and Mercedes-Benz E-Class, it really is a problem. Watch the total Jaguar XF Saloon review why this sporty 4-door executive is located in such high regard. Efficient 4-cylinder petrols and diesels. More powerful 3.0-liter twin-turbo diesel available. Best for performance is 3.0-liter supercharged petrol. Performance and efficiency for your Jaguar XF range is delivered from an 8-strong lineup of diesel and petrol engines. Popular number of diesels. Powering the bulk of Jaguar XF saloons would be the firm's 4-cylinder Ingenium class of diesels, made to deliver class-leading efficiencies without sacrificing performance. Entry point out the XF range could be the 2.0-liter diesel with 163 horsepower and 380 Nm of torque from 1,750 revolutions per minute, which has a choice of standard 6-speed manual and optional 8-speed automatic gearboxes. It's pleasingly brisk, using a top speed of 132 miles per hour as well as a 0.62 miles per hour period of 8.7 seconds, regardless from the transmission. Efficiency is the place where the transmission type makes a difference. The manual gearbox delivers class-leading figures of an claimed 70.6 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of just 104 gkm, one with the best of the non-hybrid car in this particular segment. Choose the 180 horsepower version in the engine, badged 20D, and top speed climbs to 136 miles per hour, while at 8.1 seconds the automatic's acceleration from standstill to 62 miles per hour can be 1/10 of a second slower compared to the manual. While the engine sound isn't particularly characterful within a sporty sense, it's a refined smaller capacity diesel that feels flexible and linear to use power delivery when fitted using the auto box. If you need the all-wheel drive traction with the 20D AWD automatic, expect the very best speed to peg at 136 miles per hour. Even so, the 0.62 miles per hour time stretches over to 8.4 seconds. Called the 25D, exactly the same 2.0-liter engine fitted with two turbos produces 240 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque at 1,500 revolutions per minute. The automatic gearbox is standard, but in spite of whether you're going for the back-wheel drive version and the 25D AWD, performance is similar at 153 miles per hour with 6.5 seconds required to the 062 miles per hour. On paper, those stats render the 30D having its 300 horsepower 3.0-liter V6 twin-turbo somewhat redundant. However, this motor's limited in S and portfolio trims and simply with rear-wheel drive. The automatic allows quick access to the engine's colossal 700 Nm of torque. Whether at a standstill or awachi near motorway speeds, provoking the accelerator unleashes a blast at the of forward motion, permitting you to dispatch overtaking maneuvers without difficulty. Electronically governed at 155 miles per hour. Sprinting from 062 miles per hour takes just 6.4 seconds, yet Jaguar claims this XF will average 51.4 miles per gallon, while CO2 emissions undoubtedly are a surprisingly modest 144 gkm. Quartet of petrol alternatives. Jaguar expanded its petrol range noisy. 2017 with 2.0-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged Ingenium units. All are fitted while using 8-speed automatic transmission. Producing 200 horsepower and 320 Nm of torque from 1,200 revolutions per minute may be the 20 tons. It's rear-wheel drive only and contains a top speed of 146 miles per hour, using a 062 miles per hour duration of 7.5 seconds. Power in the same basic engine is ramped nearly 250 horsepower to the 25 tons, with torque increased to 365 Nm. Rear and all-wheel drive minus 25 tons AWD, permutations can be found, both with 062 miles per hour points in the 6.6 seconds. Top speeds differ though. RWD is 152 miles per hour. AWD 147 miles per hour. At the top from the 4-cylinder petrol range would be the 30P, with 300 horsepower and 400 Nm. Only offered in Sport or Portfolio trim, this reaches 62 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds, and can carry on to your limited 155 miles per hour. Jaguar claim 40 miles per gallon just for this version, with emissions of 163 gkm. XFS delivers ultimate performance. The ultimate XF with regard to performance could be the petrol 3.0-liter V6. This supercharged 380 horsepower unit delivers 450 Nm of torque to the trunk wheels at a relatively high 4,500 revolutions per minute. While this means you must work the engine challenging to extract probably the most from it, it's at these higher revs the spot that the sound's considerably more dramatic. You can hear the supercharger in action since you hold on to each gear ratio, maximizing performance. While it's fast and extremely entertaining drive an automobile like this, we presume the punchier diesel version, featuring its slow-down torque, suits day-to-day driving inside the XF just a little better. However, once you opt to drive an automobile the petrol XF, generally the engine note is a bit more hushed and docile at urban speeds. Once again, the most notable speed is electronically limited to 155 miles per hour. Even so, the 062 miles per hour the years have no restrictions, taking just 5.3 seconds to perform the test. You'll pay on the pumps though. That has a claim of 34.0 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 198 gkm. Lightweight aluminum body tends to make agile handling. Buyers can select different suspension setups. Revised steering delivers rewarding drive. Employing lightweight aluminum with the body besides makes the Jaguar XF particularly light and stiff. The resultant complication is improved handling above the outgoing version. Comfort and agility. This only tells part on the story though, for Jaguar has been lauded for that comfort of the company's cars, plus the XF isn't different. Selecting the optimum suspension setup helps. The double wishbone front suspension was made in such a way that maximizes tire contact using the road whether in the straight line or cornering, delivering agility that belies the XF's size. At the trunk is an integral link system that allowed Jaguar's engineers greater control of both handling characteristics and ride quality. It feels uncanny that a motor vehicle which changes direction by using these points can ensure its passengers remain unruffled. Different suspension setups available. Standard fit suspension dampers have already been improved in order that the faster you decide to go, the stiffer they become to support handling. Adaptive dampers are offered also, enhancing the experience further still. Even rolling around in its firmest setting, the XF transmits few serious bumps through for the cabin, yet it feels a lot more composed and confidence-inspiring through broadband corners. Configurable dynamics, positioned on V6 engine versions, allows the trucker to further adjust throttle response, gear change points and steering weight in addition to your suspension. Rewarding drive an automobile. The XF steering is actually an electrically power-assisted system for greater fuel efficiency, and yes, it feels immediate, accurate with well-weighted responses. Steering action is further enhanced with torque vectoring by braking TVBB, another technology seen first within the range within the F-Type, which gently brakes the within wheels through bends, mitigating the chances on the XF pushing wide into understeer. The brakes feel impressive too, delivering excellent retardation with negligible proof fading despite repeated heavy use. They're simple to modulate too, permitting gentle slowing. Cabin lacks the first XF's wow factor. Remains an expensive place to invest some time. In Control Touch Pro Multimedia Pack impressed. This second-generation Jaguar XF's interior is impressive, nevertheless it lacks the theater of the company's predecessor. Those revolving air vents reside on, but now merely the outer ones feature the startup drama as being the central pair are slender and fixed. They don't even rise within a pod such as the F-Types. They've moved for functional reasons, though, because the cutout from the dash is usually a one-size-fits-all slot for both 8.0-inch in-control multimedia system as well as the new, in-control Touch Pro system using its 10.2-inch touchscreen. Both systems offer a better clarity of graphics than seen inside previous XF. The screen is a lot more responsive to touches and there's greater connectivity than before, including a Wi-Fi hotspot with approximately 8 connections. If you upgrade towards the Touch Pro system, your clear and well-presented analog dials which has a small digital screen together are replaced with a 12.3-inch screen depending on the Jaguar XJ. The XF's second evolution, though, features sharper graphics and continues for being adaptable to use appearance. Elsewhere the remainder on the cabin appears like a combination of old XF, particularly using the broad aluminum plinths through the dash, along with the latest XJ together with the Riva Hoop dash, that brand of veneer trim, that splays on the doors and moment the base with the windscreen. Only portfolio models possess a leather swathed dashboard. The remainder employ a heavily grained soft touch plastic that looks a bit too coarse in texture for that sophisticated interior. Also debuting about the XF is laser-based head-up display HUD unit, projecting extremely sharp and colorful graphics for speed and Satan of instructions direction into the windscreen. The unit itself looks rather crudely grafted on top of the top on the instrument binnacle. Easier to gain access to the more spacious cabin. Rivals remain roomier, though. Adaptive suspension costs its passengers. Jaguar XF comfort was well regarded, which iteration takes this to your new level. Most obvious would be the increased interior space, regardless of the overall reduction inside XF's length and height. A sizable 51mm wheelbase increase has liberated more room for passengers, particularly inside back, while decreasing the seat itself has grown headroom too. The Jaguar XF can genuinely carry 4 6-foot-tall adults with relative ease. 3 adults abreast within the back seat might remain a trickier proposition, though. Those seats can be new to the Generation XF and appear taller and sportier, however are no less comfortable for this. The XF's stiffer body helps it be inherently quieter inside with less prospects for squeaks and rattles to formulate, whilst the soft closed-door option prevents louder slams. The cabin is lighter plus much more airy on account of an increased glass area, including the third side window behind the spine door. The added good thing about which may be the door itself might be more upright fit, making acquiring it and out easier. 2 damper types are offered together with the Jaguar XF suspension. The standard dampers provide an even more supple ride at lower speeds, as well as a stiffer one at high speeds to help you handling to stop the car wallowing along over motorway undulations. While it's effective, the superior adaptive dampers allow drivers to modify between different numbers of firmness. Even in sport mode, whilst the ride isn't quite as cosseting such as comfort mode, it's still pleasantly supple. Even the XFS, which consists of improved handling, doesn't request you to compromise on comfort. Despite delivering a much more agile, sharper drive, the easiest version of Jaguar's Saloon is really a smooth rider on although the most broken surfaces. Decent amounts of standard equipment over the range. All have modern finishes except the original portfolio. And variety of expensive options can help you tailor the spec. There are 4 familiar Jaguar trim levels within the XF hierarchy: Prestige, Sport, Portfolio and S. Standard Jaguar XF Saloon equipment. Entry trim will be the grandly titled Prestige grade, which secures chrome surround for the front grille and side vents. Rear parking sensors. 17-inch lightweight alloy wheels. Bixenon headlamps with integral LED day running lights and indicators. Auto lights and wipers. Keyless ignition. Cruise control with speed limiter. Leather seats with an electric-powered recline about the heated front bear. Leather-wrapped multifunction leader. Automatically dimming rear-view mirror. Aluminum dashboard trim complemented with a gloss black veneer. In-control infotainment system through an 8.0-inch touchscreen. With Sport, the offer is, unsurprisingly, focused towards an even more athletic image. Sport body kit and spoiler. Dark satin exterior finish. 17-inch turbine or 18-inch helix alloys. Stiffer sports suspension arrangement. Leather seats with contrasting stitching. Dark headlining. Metal finish pedals. Portfolio specification introduces a few additional luxury touches in the manner more connected with Jaguar saloons of old. Electrically heated windscreen. Keyless entry. Reversing camera. Front parking sensors. Automatically dimming and folding door mirrors. 17-inch aerodynamic alloys, or 18-inch fan design on more efficient models. Leather seats electrically adjustable inside front. Leather dashboard with shiny figured ebony trim. Luxurious carpet mats. 380-watt Meridian subwoofer. Topping the number are the V6 engined S models, which combine components of both the Sport and Portfolio and own unique touches. More aggressive S body kit. Adaptive dynamics. Sport suspension. 19-inch razor alloy wheels. Red brake calipers. Electrically adjustable sports seats. 40 hours 20 minutes 40 seconds split rear seats. Dark hex aluminum trim finish. Matte gray figured ebony veneer trims. Optional Jaguar XF Saloon accessories. One aspect from the Jaguar XF specification makeup is, like its German rivals, there's so much when it comes to extra cost options that happen to be standard on less expensive cars. Individual options depends for the trim level you're exacerbating, but highlights include metallic and premium palette paints, a suite of alloy wheel choices nearly 20 inches in diameter, different color leather, aluminum trim and veneer options. Plus you can contribute adaptive cruise control with braking function, adaptive suspension, self-parking function, a power sunroof and, the very first Jaguar to obtain them, full LED headlamps. Additionally, a selection of bundles are offered grouping popular options together in a very better value package. Active Safety Pack, a mix of adaptive cruise control, lane keep aid and driver condition monitoring to evaluate the driver's tiredness, lane change merge aid and cross-traffic alert when easing backwards beyond parking bays. Advanced Parking Assist Pack with surround camera system, in addition to your front parking sensors, Those includes a 360-degree camera view, with self-park function, park exit facility and junction view camera enabling you to see left and right because you nose from tight spaces. Black pack, purely available on Sport and S versions. It incorporates a gloss black grille surround and front wing vents and, for that Sport, gloss black front bumper blades and boot lid spoiler. Cold climate pack, contains an electrically heated windscreen plus heating elements to the washer jets, controls and front and back seats. Head-up display pack, laser-based head-up display HUD function with the infrared reflecting windscreen. In-Control Touch Pro pack with Meridian digital sound system, includes an aftermarket 10-inch infotainment touchscreen and also a 12.3-inch adaptable digital instrument display with either 380 watts or 825 watts of power to the upgraded audio system. Memory pack with power fold mirrors, automatically dimming and electrically folding door mirrors, filled with puddle lamps. Fully adjustable electric front seats have a very memory function too. The second only for the driver's side for Prestige and Sport XFs. Parking pack, exclusively within the Prestige trim. Its content has front parking sensors plus a reversing camera. Power convenience pack, keyless entry and commence function, combined through an electrically closing and opening boot lid, with 2 additional 12-volt sockets, one inside the boot itself, the other within the rear on the car. Rear comfort pack. Heated back and front seats are complemented by Ford-owned climate control, manual blinds on the corner doors and an electric-powered blind for the spine window. Full 5-star crash test score from Euro NCAP. An inherently safe executive saloon. Further safety kit is recommended. When crash tested through the safety experts at Euro NCAP, Jaguar XF was awarded a complete 5-star rating. All XFs come with 6 airbags, electronic stability control, lane departure warning, pedestrian contact sensing bonnet, all-surface progress control, extra traction at low speeds for automatic versions, traffic sign recognition along with a pair of ISOFIX child C8 mounting points from the back. A suite of further options can be obtained in the optional packages. Integral for the advanced parking assist option is really a 360-degree camera function, including self-park and drive-out facilities, together with a junction view camera which splits the screen showing what's to your left and right when you ease from obscure junctions. Second could be the appropriately titled active safety packs such as adaptive cruise control to observe the speed with the vehicles in front, together with lane keep aid LK and driver condition monitoring DCM to appraise the apparent state of alertness with the driver. A reverse traffic detect feature, sensing the oncoming presence of vehicles since you back out of the parking space, can also be integral to the present pack. More space for folks and luggage now. Top spec models use a 40 hours 20 minutes 40 seconds split rear seat. Plenty of storage cubbies from the upmarket cabin. Given the sleekness of the company's 4-door coupe-like profile, you'd be forgiven for imagining Jaguar XF practicality most likely are not particularly impressive. There's a few usefully sized storage areas. There's a rubber back twirl in front and the gear lever, a couple cup holders inside center console along with a hinged armrest that also reveals a number of USB ports as well as a 12-volt charging point. Rear parking sensors come as part on the package of most models, while higher-end trims additionally come with a complementary set with the front and also a reversing camera too. A 360-degree camera system and self-parking could be added at expense. This generation of XF includes a larger aperture than before, allowing better access on the 540-liter capacity boot. As standard, all portfolio and S specification models optional about the others use a 40:20:40 split rear seat back, allowing longer, more awkward loads for being carried easily. An electric boot lid is obtainable or standard, depending within the trim, a similar for keyless entry, although all XFs are started in the push of a button.